I'm Elaine.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome to
Legs Out.
And Away We Go. This is the podcast where we tell you about Formula One our way. The races, the cars, the drivers. We are obsessed.
And here's why you should be too.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Elaine.
Welcome back for February.
February, it's here. March is the golden month. Formula One. We're so freaking close.
I can't wait. I was so excited to utter those words because, dear God, no one wants to make the joke about how long February is, but it was simultaneously so long and so dense. It was like fruitcake. Like,
fruitcake.
Good God, no one wants
this
to
is
eat.
not the return of meatloaf.
Thank God. You're welcome, Rachel and America. Okay, Rachel. What did we do this weekend?
We performed our loosely F1 inspired duet again.
Whoop, whoop.
We got to do it. We got to have people say, "Is this your F1 dance?" And us say, "Yeah, it is."
If you're wondering what that looks like and what the rehearsal process looked like, go to our social media. Rachel did a very cute little video of us in the studio. She had very specific hand gestures and then did this cute little like video montage, dancer noises. Boop, 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 boop. It's adorable. It's
we have
very
a
fun.
tendency to like name movement phrases different things. And since this was like a loosely car inspired dance, a lot of the movement phrases and movements themselves got named car things. And so it just made up for F1 nonsense, such that anyone who walked in the room was like, "What are you guys?" Okay.
What?
All right. So cars. Got it.
Gear shift.
Yeah.
X mode. Bzz, bzz.
But then you see the actual dance and it's just like, "Oh, you guys are lovely and you like dancing together. Amazing."
That was very fun. I love that dance.
Yes. Yay. Yay.
There was also a number that closed out the show, and it was Vivaldi.
Oh, yes. Which is, it's in the repertoire of a company we've danced for before. I've done that piece many times. And so both our intro to the podcast elevates my heart rate as well as that dance because it takes a lot of stamina.
But the number one thing about it is that it's our intro song.
It is our intro song.
So I was sitting next to a few people who listen to the podcast, and one of them leans over in the middle of the piece and goes, "Hello."
Oh, we've made a real impression on them. Vivaldi, sorry, your legacy has been taken over by Legs Out and Away We Go. A joint hello.
Yes, a big one. Hello.
Incredible.
That's all I can think of now. Although the dancing was beautiful.
Yes.
Anyway, so before we get into Newsroom, our sincerest apologies for not recording last week. We had an ice storm.
We did. We were skating.
Yes.
Not really, but
I mean, figuratively, but also we had what I was affectionately calling snow rain. Snow rain. Doesn't that sound magical?
yeah.
Snow rain. It's like purple rain, but snow and rain.
Which means everything froze.
Yes. Yes, it was very wet snow that it congealed immediately. And my son was so excited for it to snow and then immediately went outside and like tried to pick it up and was like, I can't
Poor thing.
pick it up.
That's so disappointing. We very rarely get snow in Texas.
Yeah.
And we didn't this year. We got snow rain.
Snow rain.
This sounds like a weird snuffleupagus, Lorraine. I don't know. I'm confused and delighted. Let's go to livery launch.
All right. Anyway, the snow rain kept us apart, but now the 70s weather has brought us back. All right. Tell us, Rachel, what is in our newsroom today?
We can look forward to this week. Probably by the time you're listening to this, the Williams will already be launched because they're launching on February 3rd. Woo! I really hope that all of their shenanigans that kept them away from the Shakedown has not kept them away from the wanted shenanigans of a great livery. Ideally, fingers crossed, we'll get to see some beautiful blue creativity. We then get Cadillac debuting their livery during the Super Bowl.
I was going to say that, but I am so proud of you for knowing that.
Well, I only know because of Formula One.
But also, there's something in me that's like, I don't really want to root for Cadillac right away. I want them to like prove themselves. But this is the most American level marketing.
True.
Like genius of them to target football fans and drag them over. Hey, you like sweaty men running with balls? You're going to like sweaty men in cars.
Ooh.
America. Fuck yeah.
I was waiting for the F. Yeah, that's it. That's how you complete it. It is a marketing genius move. And I am not the only one. I've seen this all over the internet. Plenty of F1 fans saying, well, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl now. So it's working in favor for football as well. Probably they don't need my help and my viewership. They've got kind of locked down in America. But it is a symbiotic relationship and one that I hope isn't going to just reveal a black and gray car.
Oh, no. I think if we're going to sort of anticipate what these liveries might look like, I have some higher hopes for Cadillac.
What does your dream Cadillac livery look like?
All right. Rachel didn't like this. Well, I've talked about it before. But just like the turtleneck I'm wearing, McLaren last year had a decoy livery that was just black and white. It like squiggle stripes. I said it once. I'll say it 15 more times. Bring that back.
Oh, but where are you going to put logos on that?
I don't know. They'll figure it out.
Well, yeah. That's not our job. That's your job. Creative geniuses.
Exactly.
Figure it out.
But I do think they are going to figure out a way to make it sleek. Black looks great on cars. Like, I enjoy that. I think there's going to be some really interesting silver elements into it. Or they're going to go classic. Maybe it will be like a classic Formula One car.
Which is, what does that mean to you? Because I feel like that could be a couple different things.
Well, yeah, we're going to go like, okay, I'm going to go old school here. Not even in the Formula One region, but like a T-Bird. Like if I were like a old 1950s Thunderbird car, like something super sleek and classic in design with not too much, like towards the 90s, it got very like pop arty, pop logo. And I would like some more of that sleekness. These are just buzzwords. What do you think?
Well, isn't that marketing? It's all buzzwords.
That's true.
I know that we're not going to get this from Cadillac, but I would love a purple car. We don't have any purple, right?
I did not think you were going to go there.
Why?
Because purple's just not
royal.
Yeah.
It's not in Cadillac's bag, but I'm like looking through the rainbow of colors and I'm like, what do we not have? We don't really have green anymore the way that I would want. We have the Aston Martin green, but that's not like hunter green. Or
I would love baby blue. Like the Ferrari keeps teasing that they're going to do this baby powdered blue. Like, where are you? Come on.
While I will have some good things to say about the Ferrari livery, what I am incredibly disappointed in is the Ferrari caps. The team kit caps this year are hideous.
What
do
you
not
think?
Put that thing on my beautiful Ferrari Prince's head. It's just got like a white swash on. It's not weird jizz champagne, but it's not much better because it's just boring and bad. Just red.
Jizz champagne.
Just red. Just do red.
Do you like the new red? Do you like the updated red?
I do. I like both last year's and this year's.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy. I don't think it's perfect, but I'm not as incensed about the livery as a lot of people are.
Yeah.
I do love the idea that everyone thinks that Hamilton's going to look like a little fried egg in the center of his car with his bright yellow helmet, the little white yoke around, and then you got the red car. I guess that's the salsa ketchup around the egg. I don't know, but I'm not as upset by it. But I will say it could be better. It could be better. McLaren, I hope they are more orange.
Eggs in purgatory.
Eggs in purgatory. Listen, get purgatory away from my team in 2026.
No,
get it out.
No, keep it because they're simmering and they're a little angry and they're spicy and they're gonna. No, I love it.
That take I like.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Uovo. That's egg in Italian.
Oh,
I think.
I've been slacking, so I'm going to take your word for it. To a non-Italian team, McLaren,
yes.
As I scolded them a second ago, they went for your black and gray.
Yep.
in the Shakedown specific livery. And I think that's part of the reason why I'm not excited about Cadillac doing black and gray is we've had so many seasons recently where like carbon fiber was the mainstay of the liveries.
Yeah.
And so I love sleek, but I feel like we've seen that recently. I want more bold. I want the pop art of the 90s.
Yeah.
I want splashes of color. I want each team to look so uniquely themselves and to not look grayscale when they pull up to the starting grid.
I agree with that. And also, like, I was not a fan of Mercedes just like, yes, Mercedes looked very sleek, but when it was just all that big grayscale, I don't care about it. I don't care.
I want more of that teal. I don't know what they call that color, but I want more of that.
It's like on my ear pop. It's this like turquoisey pop. Which,
I want more.
Yeah, I agree. I like that.
Take the weird shark stripes bellies off the side of the car and give me more color.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see.
I mean, if they're winning and on the podium, then I guess they can say, well, we're going to do whatever the heck we want.
They can all do whatever they want as long as they're going to win. Yeah. So exciting. 2 teams. We will be back next week to talk about their livery reveals, hopefully.
Yes, because will we have seen McLaren's by then? It'll be February 9th for McLaren and Aston Martin on February 9th.
Okay. So what's February 9th?
What's the calendar?
Oh, next Monday. Yes.
Okay, well then,
Depending on what
because
time.
we have central time zones, we probably will have seen it. So we will be able to round out our full take on all of the cars that we're going to get to see this year.
Ooh, you know what I want to do? I want to get some of our friends, or even us, honestly, to see a picture of the new livery and give it a detailed description of its personality.
Oh, okay.
I think people have done this before, but I really like this idea.
Yeah.
Because we have some creative friends.
Yes, we do indeed.
All right. I also quickly, before we transition to the shakedown, 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 down, down, down. I want to just quickly go over, this isn't like a correction, self-correction, but it is a self-accountability moment.
Adding to your notes.
Yeah.
You're like adding to the knowledge bucket because the 2026 cars are a nebulous, beautiful mess of we don't know yet.
They really are. So since I explained Active Aero 2 weeks ago in our last episode, I just wanted to sort of do a quick recap because I read conflicting reports since then, and it is clear that different teams are going different ways with the flaps. So just to remind you, the flaps open and close, and these are manual, according to F1.com. When the flaps are in their default closed position, the drivers will have to manually close them. They are to maintain downforce. So this is for the corners, and they manually move to the open position to engage in low drag mode,
Right.
which then lets them go fast. And also quickly, Z mode and X mode. If you think about looking at the shape of the Z, the flaps open, that's Z mode. And then in X mode, that is when you close the flaps.
Cool.
So
close it.
that makes more
Shut it
sense to
down.
me. Yeah. Z mode, open them. X mode, close the flaps.
Ooh, I like that hand gesture. That will be helpful to remember.
We'll put a dance to that as well. All right. Hope that was clear as mud. We'll see what people do with it.
Yeah, well, that leads us nicely right into the shakedown that technically us as fans and the media were not supposed to know anything about.
Of course.
But guess what? We're in the digital age, and therefore, after many, many, many seasons of having testing be public, when they said, "Hey, you guys can't come in," everyone was like, "What? What do you mean? What we need to know? This is the start of a beautiful new story. We want to be there for the very beginning, the once upon a time."
That's right.
And so there were a couple very intrepid journalists who were there doing God's work and letting us know anything that they could, specifically some Spanish speaking journalists. And so a lot of Spanish F1 media was read recently.
Yeah.
And then, I'm a big fan of the race, and they sent some people. I love that they were trying to, without breaking laws and without breaking anyone's, being careful, just towing the line. I love that they were able to try to get some sounds, some videos, some little sneak peeks. Some people were really mad about that, but I was like, but they're not doing anything wrong. Technically. Do you have any thoughts?
I do. So I actually have a journalism degree. And when I was studying in college to become a journalist, we had the motto of do now and apologize later. I believe in the integrity of journalism. I believe in respecting boundaries. And that personally was a very hard decision for me to figure out where my own line was as far as how much I wanted to get the story versus respect privacy or no. This turns into a deeper discussion. Sure. However, am I grateful for them? Yes, because I want to see it. Do I feel like it was the right thing to do? Probably not, but it happened.
I feel like there's some solid gray area there.
Obviously, because they found it up on a hill.
They did. Yes.
Took videos there. Now, will Formula One Fédération Internationale go after them?
Oh.
Technically, they could, I think, because if it's a closed practice. But I doubt they will, because it's now being consumed by millions of people across the world.
Right. Here's what's tricky is that Formula One is kind of trying to position itself as its own media outlet too. Like so much of the information you got on the active arrow was from this really great article by, I think, Lawrence Barretto, if I was looking at the same one. And so they really do have some great media for you to take in as a fan. However, they positioned Isaac Hadjar's really big off into the wall as a small off. And it's like, that's just the tricky thing is that when the people who are doing the thing are completely in charge of the message going out as well, I'm like, but we didn't get the full story.
See, this is also the problem with, I think, especially now in this age of journalism where media is consumed so fast,
so quickly,
at such a rapid pace, there is almost no time for fact checking. And it is now much more up to the consumer to cross-reference.
Yeah. Wow, we're really just jumping into like the moral implications of living in the day of the internet.
I have a lot of opinions about it. Coming from that background, I have a lot of things to say. So, hey, if you're listening to this podcast and you also have things to say about it, let us know. Yeah. I would love to respond. And we can talk about the ethics of journalism.
Big passion for that. Well, so the little bits of knowledge that we knew through both F1 and through the slightly illicit spying is that we know that Mercedes is kind of leading the field as of now.
You predicted that.
Well,
you predicted that.
It's not just me. I was basing my prediction on a whole lot of other whispers, on other people who are closer to the paddock hearing these little around. Now, who knows? Before this, it could have just been Mercedes being the people who are like, hey, we're really good. Do you guys hear me? We're really good. But then it turns out they were actually super good. In testing, the important thing to remember is reliability and consistency is what you're looking for first. Yeah. We're not necessarily looking for who went fastest. Though, y'all, it was Hamilton in a Ferrari. Are you hype yet? Because I 75% am. 25% reality, 75%
low key. High key. Rachel is straight up stoked. Fire in that red hair.
Yes. I'm thrilled. I'm also, it's like logic and passion are at a war right now. But to come back to my point of consistency versus your fastest times, because in testing, you can throw on your soft tire, you can yank all the fuel out, and you can basically try to top the times at the end of the day when the track isn't the best thing. And I'm not saying that's what Ferrari did, but you could. Yeah. So the important thing to look at instead as a better picture and a better indicator of who accomplished the most in this shakedown is the amount of laps that were done. Okay. Because that ties directly to, does your car work? And does your car work over a long endurance and in different conditions? Yes. Do you have a guess about who did the most laps?
I don't think it was, I can't remember. I feel like I read
it's Mercedes. I've led you.
I was going to say, I don't think it was Ferrari.
No, although they were very close because Mercedes had 500 laps. Ferrari had 444. Now, if you're a huge Lewis Hamilton fan, you might say, look at that coincidence. 44.
You baited me.
I baited you.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Just excited about the fact that Ferrari and Mercedes might be back on top.
I hadn't paired them together in my brain. That if you are on video and you saw me just gaze into the distance, that's because it was slowly playing out a whole season of, frankly, who in my mind are the top teams.
Yes.
McLaren has done a bang up job of being a lead team, but they are a customer team.
Yeah.
They run a Mercedes in the back of that car. And so you'd think that Mercedes should be leading over their customer teams. And I think that in the age of the engine.
Yeah. Well, also, I just think it's funny that as we talk about this shakedown, McLaren is nowhere on our lips. Neither is Red Bull.
Well, that's partially because they did. If Mercedes did a solid A plus, Ferrari did a solid A, I think that Red Bull and McLaren get a solid A minus. I think that the top teams all did top team things.
Yes. All right. Well, while we're talking about rankings, I had a very passionate discussion with someone a little bit like 20 minutes ago.
Spoiler alert, it's my husband who has huge feelings about everything, but particularly Formula One.
Greatly incensed him, which made me so happy that I tried to compare Pierre Gasly to the likes of Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, if you were listening December, you got that whole in-depth conversation where I tried to say, what? Yeah. But in a calm and professional way.
There were 4 rankings he gave, and he gave Pierre Gasly a B+, which I found admirable. However, I still think, even if he's at the bottom of the top ranking, A-, I think he's up there.
Okay.
I'm not going to put him into the B category simply because if he were an actor, he just chose a lot of rom-coms and then he got stuck playing rom-coms. Like, he could have been Brad Pitt. He could have been in Ocean's 11, but he chose to do How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, which is great.
Isn't that Matthew McConaughey?
Uh-huh.
He's broken out of his shell and he now does, real like art house films.
Maybe I should say
occasionally.
Like the guy from Dawson's Creek, like he's just sort of stuck doing Dawson's Creek stuff now. He could have done so much more, but it just wasn't. And maybe that's Pierre Gasly.
I actually feel like Pierre Gasly could have a second career as a high school actor. Anytime you're in a high school sitcom, you're not actually 17, you're actually 34. And Pierre Gasly could be that man that every girl in the school wants.
Maybe.
But he actually goes for the girl who loves books. Am I writing my own sitcom?
You are. I see where this is going. This is your love story. I see
Just kidding. I'm going to swap Charles Leclerc into the leading role. If I'm writing that story, it's going to be Charles Leclerc.
Pierre Gasly's the one riding the motorcycle, smoking cigarettes in the back. And guess where I'll be?
There. Yes.
And then I'll be in the library later for Charles Leclerc.
Double dipping. Got it. This has left high school sitcom and it's maybe gone to HBO Max, but that's okay.
It has.
Oh my word.
That's what we're here for. All right. Sorry to take that on our little detour, but I just want to say I love a good hot take argument.
It's fun to get stirred up over Formula One.
It really is.
It really is. I do want to drag it back to our ranking people.
Keep us back.
Our A-, because I have been saying, I don't know if Max Verstappen is going to win, because I was like worried about that new power unit. They showed a good amount of reliability. So I think my alarm bells have been downgraded to a just,
Yeah.
we're going to wait and see. Because he is, if we're going back to the ranking, I have him in a ranking of his own.
Of course.
That is very frustrating to me, but he is in a tier, that's the max tier.
He's the best driver in the world.
The maximum max.
Max Verstappen is still the best driver in the world.
Yeah, agreed. But while we're, extolling the virtues of Max, it looks like his power unit at least got some good running, because Racing Bulls with that same power unit in the back of their car, 319 laps, and Red Bull did 303. That's partially a smaller number because of Hadjar's big ol' whack. And so during the week, we were hearing some concerns about whether Max was going to be able to get back out for the third day of running that they were allotted. But thankfully, he was. And I watched a video of him afterwards, and he looks fine. Actually, he was coughing, and I was a little bit worried that he was sick. I didn't hear anything about that. But
Do you need some soup?
But he does not. Yeah, right? Would you? I actually have a great chicken soup recipe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy to share that with anyone. It's from the Defined Dish. It's not mine. But anyways, Max Verstappen looked fine. Do you know who had a just glimmer in his eye?
Who?
Fernando frickin' Alonso. That Adrian Newey car.
Was it a glimmer in his eye, or was it like a cataract?
I knew you were going to say that. It's a glimmer. It's a glimmer in both eyes, and it's a giant Cheshire cat grin of glee. He looked hype.
Those are his bifocal contacts
Oh
in
no.
his eyes. He looked hype.
He I will accept is looking closer to his age. But that does not change that he is an impeccable driver, and he is in what looks to me the meanest car out there.
I don't disagree. That car looks like butter. Like, that is a sexy butter car.
Sexy butter car. Yeah. That's some like French butter from the mountains.
French cultured butter, and then you sprinkle the very fine, no, not the fine, the flaky sea salt, the Maldon salt that's in little pyramids, and you crush that and you sprinkle it over that butter, and then over a warm baguette.
Oh, yes.
You just swipe a little schmear right on that. Do you remember when butter boards were popular? All of a sudden, it was like everyone was smearing butter on a cutting board and then putting random shit on top of it.
I don't think this is a hot take. That was a bad time in our lives.
No, I agree. That's not a hot take. That's like a, what the fuck are we doing here now? Please don't rub butter on your cutting boards. And serve it to people.
Yeah, that's weird.
All right. I have another little piece of newsroom. Can I do the Jenson Button?
Absolutely. Jenson Button. Jenson Button.
Let me do some Jenson Button news. For those of you who don't know who Jenson Button is, Jenson Button.
He is cute as a button.
He's cute as a hot man.
But yes, correct.
He looks fabulous. Anyway, wait, before I give you who he is, let me just tell you that the F1 world champion, spoiler alert, that's who he is, Jenson Button, is joining Aston Martin as the team ambassador.
I'm literally shocked.
I don't understand it. We don't get it.
He's been with Williams for so long.
Exactly.
As their like legacy partner. He raced with Williams for a long time. He's never raced with Aston Martin.
Yes.
However, he has raced with BAR, which was a Honda powered car.
Yep.
And so I guess that's the connection. But like this news dropped today and I saw the graphic and I was like, that's not right.
Yeah. I wonder why that's happening. Rachel?
He did just retire from racing, so maybe he needs
Let's
a
say
little
it.
more fat stacks. Yeah.
Yep, fat stacks of cash. There we go. So Jenson
Button's name shall never be pronounced correctly.
Hard to say. Jenson Button was at Williams, Benetton, Renault, Bar Honda, and
BAR.
Bar Honda, Braun, GP, and McLaren.
Yeah, he got around.
He did. He was also in the back of the school smoking, and then in the library. He did some lot of dipping. Anyway, he claimed 15 Grand Prix victories, and he won the World Championship in 2009.
Yes.
So, yay, good for him. What does this have to do with Alpine? Nope, nothing.
Nothing. That's correct.
Literally nothing.
Alpine is always trying to shove itself into our conversation. Isn't
Literally. Freaking Alpine. I'm so ready to not talk about Alpine, but it's there.
Well, something that has been coming out with larger and larger amounts of news, I suppose, is the actual possibility that Christian Horner is going to try to buy up part of Alpine. And that would mean that our least two favorite men in all of Formula One would be in the same room.
Oh, lovely. They should just rename the team Toxic Masculinity.
Ooh.
Here we are.
You know what? You could do a lot of creative things with that. The livery could, it would be awful. Dear God, what am I even?
Like skull and bones, crossbone, but like with a pink bow.
Bring back Marlboro. That's a hard word to say. Marlboro.
We're going to have one episode where we try to pronounce all the very difficult things. I'm going to surprise Rachel with a list, and then I'll get a list.
Mine will just all be French terms, and they'll all sound even more Texan.
I love
and
it.
I don't understand how. Okay, so do you want to continue being silly?
Kind of.
Okay, great. Because we have a very serious topic, of course, we're going to switch to.
Love.
It's the Olympics, and it's whether the F1 drivers would succeed in ice skating.
Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Is that's the
I think so.
jingle, right?
Yeah.
The Olympics jingle.
I could not have procured that from my brain, so I was like, she's got to be right. I can't join her because I don't know.
Think so. Based on my limited memory from...
Well, it's been 4 years. Well, 2.
2, technically.
I do 2, technically, yeah.
Anyway, yes, we are very excited, as everyone is, for the ice portion. I'm not going to say although Rachel did... Your eyebrows are already waggling.
Yeah.
She's so excited. Ice dancing is her favorite.
Yes.
I like any of the pairs. Give me all of the lifts and throws and jumps and crazy ass death spins. Did you know that I did figure skating when I was like 8?
Elaine, I did not.
I did.
That actually makes perfect sense.
And I did a routine to Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
Well, you're
And
going to have to find a video of that.
Little sparkly skirt. It was pretty cute.
Oh.
I didn't last very long. I went straight into ballet.
You also don't love being cold.
I don't love being cold. And I'm also, it turns out I didn't like throwing myself up into the air and then to my death on the cold. I got the wind knocked out of me so many times. I was like, this dance seems much more.
Ooh, yeah.
Much
Where
more
the floors are sprung and they're not unyielding generally. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, good call. And I'm glad that this led you to us.
All of that to say, I feel very qualified to now make judgments on our drivers.
And my qualifications are 0.
Perfect.
I like it.
You're in.
End of story. Whereas Formula One, I like it and I have no qualifications. I read and I try to take in all the knowledge that I can. Ice skating, I just say, ooh, that looked good. That's all I got.
And here's who I think would do the best.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know what you're going to say. I already know it. Charles and Hamilton, 10 out of 10.
I actually am going to give them a 7. I'm going to give them a 7. I do not think that team has fused in its chemistry potential as of yet. Nor do I think there is a driver between the two of them that I'm like, you're going to be the lifter and you're going to be the liftee. I feel like they'd have to do both.
Yes.
And that seems like it would complicate the scoring.
Yeah.
But the things that I have in their favor are musicality out the freaking wazoo.
Yes.
They'd be the most musical pair on the ice. And can you imagine the costumes?
Yes, I can imagine the costumes, and they would be fabulous.
They would, you know what? They wouldn't even need to skate. What am I saying? They get a 10 out of 10 because they're just going to stand there and they're going to look fantastic.
Yes.
And everyone will be like, here's the gold.
Yes, agreed.
It goes with your outfit. Like I said, super serious, very fact-based opinions here.
Well, based on Lewis Hamilton always goes to the Met Gala, and he looks, God, so sharp.
Yes.
Always so sharp. So yeah, I 100% believe he would have a team of designers working on this costume day and night from Milan, and it would be mwah.
I'm trying to think of the woman's name. She is making a comeback to figure skating, and she has a really big fashion designer house designing her costume. And I'm of course blanking on all the names, but it's going to be right here on the video. I'm going to say who I'm talking about, and I'm going to show you her costume. Oh. She has like an actual runway fashion kind of costume.
I can't wait.
And I wish that everyone had that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's so good.
Okay. Here's what I think also though. There's always a team that in the Olympics, it's like they're the new up and comers and they're young. So they make a lot of mistakes, but they have a lot more energy and they have a lot more like willingness to just sort of bleh. And that's obviously V-carb.
Yes, yes, yes.
We have Liam Lawson and we have Arvid Eyebrows.
Arvid Eyebrows. What do you think their parasailing song would be?
Ooh. It would definitely be like a TikTok trend song. Like it would be new,
yes,
like new age for like the Gen Z crowd. They for sure would choose a TikTok song. But
Fall in love again and again. Fall in love
again and again. Yes.
Maybe that one.
Oh, I
Ooh,
love
could be
that.
good.
I love that, Rachel. Yes, let's do that. And then I'm trying to figure out how we would get Verstappen and
Oh, hold on. You
Hadjar.
got to give me a rating out of 10.
Yes,
For
rating out of
Arvid
10.
and Liam.
I probably would give them. I would give them higher than a 7.
Okay,
I'd
okay.
probably give them like an 8.5 out of 10.
All right. I buy that.
Yeah, yeah, because just they have a lot of guts and they're like boldly going.
Yeah. They're going to add no, actually, I was about to say they're going to add the new trick to the thing, but I think that could be who you were just about to say.
Yes. So how do we put the Mac Daddy of racing with the young up and comer? I think this is like steady hand, but you have a new partner. So you're in this like pas de deux. Maybe Hadjar has some like nerves. He's a little shaky, but yes, you see a new move because Max is like, boy, I got you.
Yeah.
Just pull your hands in. I'm going to spin you 15 times and you're going to land.
I think that they would originate something new that would then be banned in the following championships. They'd be
Because
like,
no one
"You
else could
can't-
do it."
Yeah, that's too dangerous.
Yes.
You pushed too far.
100%.
You crossed the line.
Yes.
It was exciting.
Yes.
You can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
You won me over to this side because I originally, when I was like kind of starting to noodle on this absolutely ridiculous line of thinking, I was thinking ice dancing. And I think that if it was ice dancing versus ice skating, I think that Max and Isaac get a straight up 1.
Oh.
They're both too serious. They're both too serious. I feel like they'd be like,
Okay.
here's my hand. I feel like the rhythm would be lacking for them. But if it's technique that we're going for,
Yes.
technique and tricks,
Yes.
I feel like they would blow us out of the water.
Okay. What's your ranking for them?
8. They get an
Yeah.
8. They get an 8 because
love
I feel
that.
like I'm going to need a little more soul. But the tricks are going to be so good that I'm going to have to give it to them.
9 out of 10.
Okay. Then do you have anyone you're going to give a 10 out of 10? You know who gets a 10 out of 10.
I do. I don't want to
Say
say
it.
it. No, because it's not
say
who you think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a countdown because I have I have a 10 out of 10.
Okay, we're going to say the team.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Mercedes.
Oh. It's the correct answer, everyone. It just is.
I hate it, but it's true. Also, I feel like George would be pulling some like mental mind games backstage. Maybe like a little
Tanya
Harding.
Harding.
Yeah, if you don't know what that reference is, look that one up. She straight up shanked someone with her skate. No, that's not true. She paid somebody to beat the kneecaps off of her rival, Nancy Kerrigan.
Poor Nancy.
Nancy, no!
I just think you have the right height ratio.
Yeah.
In the Mercedes, you've got the little acrobat of Kimmy who could just fly through the air.
Yes.
And George is so tall.
Yes.
That he could just launch him.
He's also very smug. So George Russell has this. George Russell has this smugness about him, and Kimmy is so excited.
Yeah.
It's like a Jack Russell Terrier.
He's like, would you like me to leap?
Yeah.
How high?
Exactly. How many turns would
Yeah.
you like me to do?
Yeah. I can figure it out. Don't you worry.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think if we're going to give anybody a 10 out of 10,
It is
might
them.
be them.
Yeah.
Or like a 9.5. Maybe
It's
I'm
the-
the Russian judge on that.
It's the talent. It's the charm. It's the mind games. I think they'd have the whole package for that one.
All right. Let's talk about McLaren.
Oh, this one is hard. I haven't decided. Do you have a decision?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, give it to me.
5 out of 10. Because
Because Oscar Piastri sucks.
would
Dash.
be,
Elaine Fields.
Piastri would be flawless.
Yes.
And
And
way
robotic.
too robotic.
I agree with you with this.
And Lando Norris would be overcompensating for all of that.
Yeah.
So he would be the one that was like going all out to make up for the fact that Piastri was doing the moves, but not actually putting any artistry in. Don't come for me, or do come for me from that. That's fine. And then it would just kind of like mismatch.
Yes. You know what? That's exactly what I think. And so I wasn't sure what ranking I was going to give. But yeah, straight down the middle.
Yeah.
5 out of 10.
Oh,
They're good at a lot of things. This probably wouldn't be it as a team.
I love this.
Another mismatched pair,
Yes.
I think, is Cadillac. Because do you know what I want so
What?
badly now? Is I want Valtteri Bottas as a figure skater.
Yes.
This
same.
man would be in a Speedo somehow.
I bet he skates.
He probably does.
He's from Finland. It's
Yeah, he
so cold
probably
there.
does.
I
There's
bet he
got to be.
skates.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have like a particular love for it.
Yeah.
But I need that showman
Yes.
to be on the ice.
Okay, here's what happened. Valtteri Bottas used to be a speed skater, but the country needed a figure skater
Yes.
to submit
Yes.
to the Olympics. So he retired from speed skating. They brought him back out of retirement and put him in figure skating. And that's, 7 out of 10. I want just for him. Just for him. I don't care. I don't care what Checo does.
I think Checo would put in a very valiant effort.
Yes.
But I don't think any of his emoting would be correct. And he'd have to be trying to match Valtteri Bottas.
I think you're right. I think he would be like, he's the one who's like always a half count late, but he smiles through the whole thing because he
Yeah.
thinks that's what he has
Yeah,
to do.
yeah,
But
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like,
Yeah. I actually feel like we've seen many of the drivers do like little attempts at dancing. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever seen him. And so I'm curious what his rhythm is.
Oh.
Because I can kind of confidently say that most of the rest of them have no rhythm.
yep.
But I feel like he could be, I could see him either having impeccable rhythm or none. There would be no in between from him.
Yeah. I don't think.
Who else ranks lower on
Aston
the lower
Martin.
end? That's true.
They
Fernando Alonso is not doing that. Lance Stroll would forget to show up and they'd DNF. They'd have to pull out at the last minute.
Get to show up. They'd have all the money. They would have all the trainers in the world backing
Yeah.
them up. And
Yeah.
still, they would be like, I actually don't give a shit about this.
No.
They
Thank
might
you.
show up. They might not.
They're no shows. That's they
my God.
they would have qualified.
I
They'd
love
be at
this.
the Olympics. They're good enough to be
Yep.
at the Olympics, but they just would be like,
It just,
no
yes,
thanks.
that is 100%. It's the biggest fuck you. I could be here, but I'm choosing not
Choosing
to be.
to not. Yes. Okay, we have time for one more team.
Well, if we can only do one more team, obviously it has to be Williams.
Okay, great.
This is like, for me, the meat and potatoes, heart of America, like chicken noodle soup team. You don't
Like
even-
they came from nothing, and they
Yes.
had like secondhand skates,
Yes.
and so you're rooting for them because they're the ultimate underdog.
100%. Not even that they're like young and fresh, just that they have like worked tooth and nail to get where they are, and you respect the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Even if they're not the best, they should be.
You know what? I think
Yeah.
you're exactly right on that.
Oh,
The chicken noodle soup,
they're the chicken noodle soup of teams.
the pancakes.
Yeah. So I think I'd probably give them like a 8 or 9 out of 10.
Wow, we are very generous with our rankings.
I
Basically, if you listen to this, we think they'd all get gold. They'd all get gold, which in, of course, reality, this would be a shit show.
You get a star. You get a star. You get a star. Okay, yeah, like if we're really, guess if we're really going to do it. Yeah, but you got to give points for merit. This is why I'm not a judge at the Olympics, obviously. Okay, yeah, if I'm going to be realistic, it would be a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
But, Rachel, Carlos Sainz is on that team. Don't you look me in the eyes right now and tell me that you would not just be blinded by his shampoo
That's
commercial
true.
hair.
I'd give it an 11.
100%.
And Alex Albon's there just having a great time, and so I'd be like, you also get a 10.
Exactly.
But Carlos got an extra +1 for the hair.
Alex would be the guy backstage who's like having everyone sign his skates. Like like it's a cast and they're just really, he's like, I'm just happy to be here.
I I love Alex Albon so much. To bring us back to the actual sport about which we speak most of the time, Williams didn't make the test. If you have been not paying attention to the shakedown, Williams wasn't there because their car was not ready. But guess what?
What?
We have more testing in just a few days.
Ooh.
And gosh, Williams will be there. And I just really hope that all the Ferrari fans who came to William fandom because of Carlos Sainz didn't also drag the tragedy to Williams. I'm hoping that this is going to be your corn-fed underdog situation where you're like, you know what? You guys got off to a rough start, but you're incredible.
No, I really have I want to say high hopes, high wishes. I just am feeling optimistic for them, even though they missed it.
Didn't get there. But we're going to leave you on a note of optimism because this season looks like it could throw up just some really exciting storylines. We've got the Olympics to pretend that our F1 drivers are at. Yeah. So as you're watching the wonderful figure skating, just go ahead and picture Checo Perez in there. Just picture him.
Or Valtteri Bottas.
Or
anybody else.
Yes, that's in your heart. Just throw them out there on the ice in your mind's eye.
Ooh.
And I promise you it will be delightful.
Yes. And if you let us know if there are better pairings, let us know what you think.
Absolutely.
I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, with that, shakedown, down. We'll be back next week to talk to you about further shakedowns, further livery reveals, and just general nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Follow us on all the things. We are on social media. Get us wherever you like to get your podcasts. And we'll see you next week. So with that, it's legs out.
And away we go.
We'll see you next time.